So not an ideal start to the finals campaign. How do you regroup?
I guess we just have a look at how we went. Try and get 4 quarters of footy. I think we know that we're capable of playing that, and we take a lot of confidence in the fact that we can play a good 4 quarters of footy, and we can play the footy that we need to win. So I guess we regroup tonight, have a look at what we did, and then just move on as best we can. Look towards this weekend.
What did you identify, or what have you identified already that didn't go the way you wanted it to go?
I think for us in this game and a lot this year was just sort of it's a pressure battle, and we tend to have these really good quarters like that first quarter where we just put a lot past them, DP scoring a goal in the first 10 seconds or so, and then we have lapses later down the track. So it's just I guess the whole game is how well can we hold up against each other's pressure, and we tend to hold up really well for a few quarters and then we drop off. So, and I think that's just going to be the story for the whole of finals. It was the story against the Lions a few weeks ago. It's a story last weekend, so it's just how well can we do that.
Do you feel like you still have the team to take it all the way?
Yeah, I do think so, but I think it's going to take 4 quarters of footy, which is something that we've lacked this year, and I don't think we've lacked in the past. So it's just finding that ability to, play that consistent 4 quarters. But you can see, like, when we are playing our best footy, we're putting 3 goals past Melbourne. We hold out the Lions, for a full quarter. So we have the potential. It's just doing it for the whole game.
How important playing at home?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like, I think that's going to be a really big thing for us. So this weekend, we're hoping to get as many of our members and fans down there as we can. 3:10 Saturday at Unley. But it is so important for us playing at home. Like, I think that, when we were at Norwood last year, we were almost undefeated there. So we play really well with our fans, and we play really well with a home ground advantage. So we're pretty excited about that.
You've been in some high pressure situations before, and you've handled them so well. I mean, you've won premierships, obviously. Does this feel a bit different for you now, given it's lose and it's all over?
Yeah. I mean, it is certainly different from last year, where I think we lost one game. It's a different environment, but I think we can take a lot of confidence out of the fact that we have played a lot of high pressure games. So, I know, my first grand final experience, I felt sick for 3 quarters of the whole game. I just had in front of 20,000 people for the first time in my life, and losing was the worst thing in the world. And then the next year in the next grand final, I felt, fantastic. I was so much calmer. So I think when you think about the number of people we have who've played consistently finals and in these high pressure games, we can take a lot of confidence from that. And the girls who haven't, like Zoe Prowse, Kira Mueller, they both played fantastically on the weekend, so didn't even affect them really. I reckon they played some of their best footy.
What do you think the keys are to, in those high pressure situations that you've been in, to performing well?
Yeah, I think it's just keeping our cool and playing footy like we know we can. And then I think what I was saying about the pressure battles before is, when the pressure's on, we just have to hold up for that period of time, and then, you have momentum shifts from there. Yeah, so when the pressure's coming at us, just being able to take that as well as we can and hold out, which we know that we can as a defensive unit, we do that. And then, on the other hand, when the pressure swings the other way and we've got momentum, we have to actually capitalise on that a little bit more.
Does it worry you that you haven't been able to play 4 quarters of footy against Melbourne and the Lions?
It's disappointing and it's frustrating. I don't know if it's worrying, because I know that we have the capacity to do it, but it is frustrating sometimes to be able to put 3 goals past a team and then just have a lapse where we let them back in the contest. Yeah.
How's Chelsea? Did she actually literally trip over her own shoelace?
Yeah, I think she did. It was kind of the worst timing in the world for Chelsea walking backwards. She probably does that a bit at training and nothing comes of it. But yeah, they're doing all the right things in testing her anyway for concussion. But she's passed the first test, and Chelsea's Chelsea. She I think we've seen from a grand final, in previous years, that she's not going to lie about something serious like that. So if she genuinely thought that she was a danger to her health to play on, she wouldn't. So yeah, she's looking good for the weekend, which I'm happy about.
Pretty close game against Collingwood earlier this year. What are you expecting against them? What's their threats?
Yeah, well, I saw one of their girls on the weekend. I think it was James put kicked 4 goals herself, so she's probably a little threat. So we'll probably stick someone on her for a bit. I think they go really well about generating from their back line, so taking those handball receives and then generating like forward momentum. So I think if we can cut that out of their game, we'll sort of, stop them at the source, and then it's just, maintaining pressure and putting goals past them when we get the opportunity, and not letting them back in the game, which I think we did a little bit towards the end of the game last time we played them.